Hey, so I haven't made videos in a really long time, so this is gonna take me a second to get used to again. I honestly think it's been like quite a few years, like probably like 2 or 3 years since I've even made any videos, but I've wanted to get back into it, and it's such a good creative outlet, and there's so much that I want to share about things that I, find joy in now. Recently, it's been a lot of gardening. Just lately, it's been really relaxing and therapeutic to do. So today, I want to go through some plants that I picked up. I went to Home Depot and Lowe's. I typically go to the garden center around the corner from where I live. It's a little nursery. Their plants are always bigger and better. Lowe's and Home Depot don't necessarily fertilize their plants, so they don't really water them all that well either. From what I've seen, I tend to rescue a lot of plants. I did actually rescue a tree recently. So this is actually a contorted filbert. I got this from, where was it? I think Lowe's, if I'm not mistaken. It's originally $99, and I got it for $49.99. So it was dying. A lot of the leaves had some sort of bug eating them. So what I did, I just went through and picked off all of the leaves that had damage. I kind of pruned it a little bit because these tend to, on every one of these little twists, there's like a little knob, a nodule that grows a branch, like a branch will shoot out from there. So I went through and trimmed it to shape it up a little bit so that way it was growing in the shape that I liked. And I fertilized it, put it in a shady area because it does say part sun, so only 3 to 6 hours of sun. Anything more than that, it's not going to do, too well. So this is another one right here. This pretty guy. So it's called a lantana. I just loved the colors. I don't know, like it's pink, coral, orange, yellow, and it has a really pretty neutral green leaf. My mom was talking to me about it whenever I was at the store, and she was saying that she's had them before. And it is a perennial, and I believe you can prune it back and then it just comes back each year. I'm probably gonna keep it overwintered this winter because I like it more as like a potted plant, not really something I want to put in the landscape. But yeah, I did pick that one up today. And let's keep moving. So this is the majority of what I picked up today. I got these two, oh gosh, I can't remember, are they called Holly Ice? There's no tag on them, but they weren't looking too good. They were in the regularly priced section, but if you can tell, a lot of these leaves were kind of fallen ill. So I'm gonna groom it a little bit, and then you do see there's some leaves growing in here, so that looks nice. But I wanted something fluffy and red to add over here in this area, like between these two. And then I got these two grasses, or these 7 grasses. These Amanda grass. I'm not a huge fan of grasses, honestly, but I thought it would look nice in the front right here. I mean, I like these big grass bushes, but not really like the little monkey grasses too much. So I'm gonna put them in this front area, put the 2 ice heucheras back here. And then I got this guy, which I already have 2 of right here. And he is a Gora. It doesn't actually get full sun where I want him, but so I have these guys right here, like I said, 2 more Goras. There's actually 2 in there. And then on the other side of this little lime hydrangea, there's another spot, and I thought it would look nice if it was balanced there. Still working on this area. I really like how it's progressed, but I definitely might tweak some things in there. And then I got this guy, Dragon's Breath Celosia. Okay. Cool. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. I've had a couple of these earlier in the year that I actually did get from that garden center, and I had them over here in this little potted plant, but they didn't do too well. They actually died. For some reason, everything I've planted over there has died. So, but anyway, I thought it was really pretty, and I loved how many this one had. The ones I had before only had like 1 shoot, but this guy has, I don't even know what these are called, plumes. There's plumes all over it. And then the last thing, I grew up with my mom planting mums, chrysanthemums all over the house. And these are just your typical chrysanthemum, nothing exciting. But how big this is, like, can you like kind of see it? It's probably like 2 foot across. These were only $5.98 for a garden mum. So look at all the blooms and the buds on this. I thought it was kind of cool that these were so cheap, and it's, you know, only the very beginning of August. So am not going to plant these. I'm probably going to keep them on the porch or something like that for right now. But I just thought they were so beautiful, and I wanted some white ones, but they only had yellow, and they were so cheap I couldn't leave them there. I had to grab a couple. So, but yeah, so as far as outside gardening, this is what I got today. It's kind of crazy just like how much this is still growing, but it was in the clearance section for 50 bucks. It's normally over $100 tree. So just look at this beautiful big boy. I haven't decided on a name yet. I love to name my houseplants, but it did have some damaged leaves. What I'm gonna do today is probably pick all these dead leaves off. I'll probably leave these ones that have just a little bit of browning, just leave those for right now, but pick off these ones, like with anything that's like actually, you know, has like legitimate damage. I'm gonna take those leaves off, but for the most part it looked really good. It just has a few, especially on this side. I don't know what the deal is. I don't think fiddle leaf figs can get burned, can they? Maybe it got too much sun, who knows. But I'm just gonna take those leaves off. And then, like, look at this. It has like fresh, shiny new leaves. Here's a leaf bud. And look at this. Look at how many leaves are coming out of this one. Another fresh leaf bud. Another fresh leaf bud. Like, it's insane how much this is still growing. And it's just so big. I don't have any plants this big inside the house. So now I'm gonna go through and plant all these plants. Pretty much done with what I wanted to do today. I'll give you a quick recap of everything. So I did go through and trim this guy up, and I just picked off all the leaves, which, you know, were not looking too good. I mean, that's probably about 10 or 15 leaves out of this whole plant, so it looks really good now. So I'm gonna bring this inside. I got a little those clear plastic watering trays that you can put underneath. I can put one of those underneath of it until I get a pot that I can take off the ground, that's lifted off the ground for inside. So it's just going to sit in that watering tray for now, but I'm not going to water it anytime soon because the soil is already really moist, and I know my biggest thing is I overwater it, my other fiddle leaf fig. So I'm going to let this guy dry out just a little bit before I water him again, and probably give him a little bit of fertilizer. Oop, there's another leaf that doesn't look too good. So, and the reason why I pulled more than, you know, just like the really bad ones, I mean, it's got so many leaves. I want it to be putting energy into growing and pushing new growth, and not putting any energy into these leaves like this guy that are all damaged. So I'd rather it not be wasting energy on those leaves when they're most likely going to die anyway. So wow, that's huge. My brother is taking the old azalea bush root systems out so I can plant over in that one little flower bed. But we got a shovel called a root slayer, and he's been helping me with that. So I'll give you a quick recap of what we've done today. I put that, what is it called again? Lantana. I just set him over here in front of this little setup I have. So this is just a fuchsia hibiscus that I have seeded in this pot. Then I have some creeping jenny, a hosta, another one of those grasses from that other area that I did. I don't remember what this one's called. It hasn't done too well. It seems to be everything I plant in this pot dies. I've tried watering it and fertilizing it, changing the soil, and for some reason this area just doesn't do well. stuck this guy just behind here. So neither one of these are planted. This one's just sitting in the pot and that one's just sitting behind it. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put that, and I didn't want to put it in the ground or in the pot just yet. I edged, which is gonna rain anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. It looks a little bit messy. It'll get rinsed away just along here. It looks a lot better when it's edged. The mulch kind of runs onto the pavement when it's not edged. So I did that with that curved edger. And I planted this guy so it's symmetrical, well, kind of symmetrical around my little lime hydrangea. I have the same Gara on both sides. It's not quite even. This one's obviously, it's two. There's a smaller one and then a bigger one, but I might trim them back so they match a little bit better. But so I planted him, watered him in, and then I just set those two guys up there. Oh, one of the branches broke. I need to pluck that one. I just set them up there for right now. And then this is actually a bag full of irises, purple irises that I dug up from over on this corner. Yeah, so I mulched this in a little bit. So it didn't have as much mulch earlier. I kind of tried to, you can see the dark spots where the mulch is fresh, but yeah. Come over to this way where I planted the two heucheras right here. Something ice, vanilla ice? I don't remember, they're called something ice, but this is just a couple. These actually have pink, they look like a pink pampas grass. That's not the actual name of it. I have the tag somewhere, but they're just like a pink grass when they actually sprout. So we have the two heucheras, my two pencil bushes. This is a limelight hydrangea. I just trimmed it back like a couple days ago. So I left a couple blooms, but it was looking a little shaggy. So we have some begonias here in the front, these little white flowering plants, and then I put the rest of that grass in the front. I did 3 originally, but this is not totally symmetrical, so I added another one and then just put one on each side. So the other one is actually sitting right there in that bucket. Yeah. So this is kind of a general sweeping overview of our front garden right now. And this area is the next area that we're working on. So the trash cans used to sit just at the end of the driveway right here. And I believe the old owners used to keep them in the backyard and then just like pull them forward when it was trash day. But I want to put a fence panel right here, and then I'm going to park these here because they actually do both fit there perfectly. And then I'm going to put some rocks down here as like a rain catcher little area, rain flow. And we're going to put brick pavers here. Eventually we're putting in an additional driveway section because we only have room for one car right now. So we are going to make this back into driveway, so this will just be like flower bed, and then this concrete right here will match up with the extra driveway once we plant it. So this is kind of the area that I've worked on this whole year. This used to be all azalea bushes, like humongous azalea bushes, and I'll make a video at some point of what it looked like before, but this is where I've kind of stopped because we had these huge, once again, I think they were azaleas or some kind of bush, but they were huge right here. So we dug these out. This is that root slayer thing. It's actually pretty cool. It's got like serrated edges and the tip of it is pointed as well, but I really like it. It does a good job. So we dug up a huge bush right here, another huge one right here, another huge one right there, and then there was another huge one right here. And then over here, we're digging up this one next, which is whatever this is, and this is, it's the same thing, and honestly, they're just so out of hand. I'd rather make a nice flower bed out here, and we're gonna extend the fence because the fence stops here. Hopefully extend it a little further out to get more room in the backyard. Cut this big bush down and make like a nice flower bed right here. And then I'm not sure what plants I'm gonna put here, but I'm gonna keep that lollipop spruce, whatever variety it is, and then take out this guy right here, which is the same one as this and this. Take all these guys out, except for that little spruce right there. So this is kind of what it looks like right now. It's gonna have a nice brick. I wanna do like a herringbone kind of pattern, but not herringbone. What's it called, where it's like the triangular, I can't remember what it's called, but we're gonna do a nice little brick pad right there for the trash cans with a nice fence panel to block them from view. And then this area is totally gonna be re-landscaped. Like I said, I've been working on this all summer, so I had to figure something to do with my time when I was, you know, on light duty, and all I really could do was sit out here. And not to mention, all these flower beds were full of like white river rock when I first started. So I've dug out buckets and buckets. Like here's what I have right now. I still have to dig some more out, but this whole bucket right here They are both full of river rock. This whole section had river rock to begin with. And, you know, I had nothing else to do. I can't stand the river rock, so I dug all of that out. But now this is what it looks like, and I'm very happy with what we got done today. So now I'm gonna take my fiddly fig and put him inside. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.